I know exactly who you are. I know you want to build a wheat farm in Minecraft. I know you want to deal drugs in Minecraft. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Partially, because I actually don't know how to do it. And it's going to be a learning experience. And I'm going to learn along the way with you. So first, you're going to want to look at a plains biome. Because that's where you build stuff. And I'm in the ground. Alright. So locate a plains biome is step 1. Now that you have located a plains biome by either flying around your world or by using the /locate command, I think it's time to get started on the wheat farm. So step 1 of getting started on the wheat farm is digging a hole underground where your weed can grow. So what you want to do is dig 6 blocks deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until you reach stone level. We can go 7 just in case. Now that you've gone 7 blocks deep, just like I'm 7 inches deep in your mom, you can start digging out. Look at that, we're not even deep enough because there's still dirt here. So we'll go 8 inches, 9 inches, 10 inches deep in your mom, and 11 just for fun. And then now we're gonna start digging this way. But digging takes too long, so what you're gonna want to do is take a TNT, and you're gonna want to take a flint and steel, and you just want to start blowing the place. Just how your mom blew me last night, so it's gonna explode, and that was the most pathetic explosion I've ever seen. Doesn't matter, because what you want to do now is just clear out the mess you made, just like I'm doing here. Now that you've expanded the place, expand it a little more so it's longer. Now that you've got an area that looks like this, you're gonna want to go in your creative inventory, and you're gonna want to look for the end rod. And what you're going to do with the end rod is you're going to place it on the ceiling like this. And these are going to act as your light, because plants can't grow in the dark. And you're going to want to put them just like this, I'm doing here. 1 block gap each row, and you're going to make it span across the whole thing. Now that you've done that, you're going to want to grab dirt, and you're going to want to put it directly underneath the thing you've just built, like this. So 3 rows of dirt, you can do 4 or 5 or 2 or 1, it doesn't matter. Now that you've got this thing, you're gonna want to grab this spruce sapling. Forget it, don't grab a spruce sapling, I'm thinking of something else. You're gonna want to grab fern, like this, because it looks like weed a little bit. So you're gonna want to grab fern, and you're gonna want to put it everywhere, like this. And then once you've got the fern down, you're going to want to go back in your creative inventory and grab something else. Forget it. Everything I just said, forget it. You don't want fern. I just changed my mind. Fern is not good. What you want is large fern. Because with large fern, it actually looks like weed if your stuff's actually growing. Oh, instead of just little fern. Or you can mix and match it. So some of them is grown and then some of them isn't grown. And this is basically what the basic wheat farm is going to look like. But if you want a better wheat farm, you're going to want to expand your domain just like that. So now you can walk in between the aisles instead of having to trample all over your weed. So now that you can walk in between the aisles, we're going to add something else. So break everything you just made, because we're going sicko mode and we're going to make it even better. So now what you want to do is you want to expand it again, just like I've done. And you're going to want to make it a little bit wider too, just like this. And then you're going to want to break all this too. And then because it's so dark, you're going to go and take a night vision potion so you can see. So now that you can see, you're going to want to put the dirt down. And make sure you leave a gap at the end and in the beginning. And this time, instead of making 1 block wide, you're going to make it 2 blocks wide. So 1, 2. 1, 2, and look at that, we didn't even make it wide enough, so expand it 1 more wide. Now that you expanded it, you're gonna count 1, 2, and you're gonna put your dirt down. And then once you've done this, you're gonna go and you're gonna grab a trap door. Any works, but if you want to be and have you're gonna want to grab a trap door. Any of them, any wood works, but if you want to have class like me, grab the spruce one because it looks the best. So you're gonna want to trap door the sides somehow, like this, and repeat this for every single side. So when you're done that, it should look something like this. And when it looks like this, Then you put the end rods directly above the thing that you just made. Now that you've placed the end rods, you're going to want to put a mix of large fern and smaller fern on your thing. Just like that. So now it looks like it's growing at the moment and not all grown. So now what you want to do is you can leave it like this, or you can be like me and you can expand it. So now that you've expanded it, it's going to look... Hold up. Now that you've expanded it, it's going to look something like this. And now these look kind of funny because they just kind of end. So you're going to grab a lever and you're going to put the lever here like this, and you're going to flick it. So now it looks like it's connected to the roof, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So expand it by one and then put the lever. So now you're going to put the lever down just like that. And now it should be looking something like this. So now what you want to do is break these 3 trapdoors, and you're going to want to grab a chest and put the chest down in front of each of them. And in the chest, you're going to fill it with this small fern, like this. So it looks like you've been on the grind, just like this. And fill everything in, just like that. So now your thing should look like this. And it looks good, but it looks kind of ugly at the same time because it's all stone on the side. So you're going to want to replace all the stone with something else. So what you're going to want to do is grab moss, a block of moss, and stripped spruce wood, and also just spruce planks. But you could also grab any type of wood, but it looks better with spruce wood, so grab spruce wood. And now you're going to want to destroy the entire floor. Now that you've dug out through the entire floor, what you're going to want to do is start placing a mix of spruce, stripped spruce, and moss block. And because I'm too lazy to fill it out manually, I'm going to download this mod called World Edit. And what World Edit is going to do is going to make it so you can do it without having to place it down. It just does it for you. So I'm going to download that in a minute. Now that you've got World Edit installed, you do /something.
What is going on?
Sorry, chat. I don't know what happened there. You /brush and forget it. You don't do /brush. You grab a wooden axe and then I forget what you're supposed to do. Yes, you grab a wooden axe and you left click here and you over here, and then you right click here and you /fill moss. Wait, how do you make it a percentage? Whatever, moss block. Hold up, I'm gonna look up a tutorial real quick because I don't know what to do. Forget it, you're just gonna do /fill wood spruce, never mind, stripped spruce wood. And of course that doesn't work. Oh no, you're supposed to do /set. Never mind, stripped spruce wood does that for you. Now isn't this already looking better? So now you want the walls to be white because that's how it usually is. So you can either use quartz or you can use diorite, but diorite might be the ugliest block in the game, so we're gonna use quartz. So if I set quartz block, I don't know if I like that. Instead of quartz, do smooth quartz because it removes the lines in between. So do that for all 4 walls, just like that. So now it's already looking like something, and you're gonna do the same thing for the roof. Boom. So now it should look something a little bit like this. And now that it looks like this, you're gonna want to expand it. So you're gonna undo everything you just did, and you're gonna do /set air. So it's gonna delete everything. So do that instead of putting the quartz. And now everything is expanded, and we're gonna expand it one more time just in case. So now that you've expanded everything twice, you're gonna do the same thing and replace everything with quartz. And now that you've done that, you're gonna want to do the same thing with the floor and make it the wood that we did earlier. So /set stripped spruce wood, like that. Now isn't this looking a little better? Now that we got quite a bit of room here. So now what you're going to want to do is decorate the place because it's looking a little dry. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab barrels and campfires. So you just want to make a stack of barrels and then put a campfire on top. But also you want to extinguish the campfire with water. And then you're going to grab a sponge to remove the water. And for some reason it's not extinguishing, which is super weird, but now it is. So now that you got these things, these are your crates, and these are what the wheat goes in. And you're gonna want to do the same thing on the other side. So put a little bit of crates down, just like this, and then put a bunch of campfires on top of the crates, and then extinguish the campfires, just like that. So now this place is already looking a little better. So now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put a countertop here, and for the countertop, you're going to grab spruce slab And you're just gonna put the spruce slab right here. And now that's gonna be like your little countertop, and that's what you're gonna do stuff on the countertop. So what you put on the countertop is you're gonna grab a flower pot, and you're gonna grab the small weed from earlier, and then you're gonna put it like this. And now look at that, it looks like you have weed in the flower pot. And for what to do with the rest of the counter, I couldn't tell you. But now you've grabbed this moss block for a reason, right? So with this moss block, you're gonna want to start filling out the corners of your thing with some moss, like that. And this is gonna make it look better, just trust. And now that you've got the corners down, you're gonna want to also do the same thing, but around the weed. Now this should all start coming together now, and it should all start be looking really good right now. So now that you've got it looking like this, you're gonna want to illuminate the room a little bit and grab a light source block, but I don't know what it's called. I remember what it's called, a sea lantern. You're gonna grab a sea lantern, and on top of this, you're gonna want to put sea lanterns, and this is just gonna make it look better and make the ceiling look less flat. Now that you've got your ceiling looking like this, you're gonna want to just add more detail. And a thing you can do to add more detail is grab a flower pot, chain, and then a trap door, but not any ordinary trap door, an iron trap door. So what you do is you put this and you make it chained like that, and you're gonna add 4 of these across the room, and just like that, it's looking a little bit more livelier. And over here, what you need is you need to add a brewing stand, because this looks like you're serious about what you're doing with the brewing stand. And with the brewing stand, you want to add potions of anything. So just like that, it looks like you're actually doing something. And do the same thing here. So grab a bottle and then fill it up in here, and now it looks like you're brewing, even though you're not actually doing anything. So now this place is looking a little better. And what you can do now is you can add a little bit more moss onto the walls and just make it pop a little more. Make it really seem like this place was a little bit overgrown, or whatever you call it, you know what I'm talking about. And then just like that, it's already looking like quite the wheat farm. And then what you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to grab barrels and just put random barrels pretty much everywhere. And this is going to look like you have immense amounts of product in your, I don't know, just makes it look like you have more product. And now what the next step is you grab stairs. It could be any type of wood, but spruce just looks better. And you're going to want to grab a water bucket. And you're going to want to put down the stairs next to some of the plants. And then you waterlog it like this. So it looks like you have a little bit of water everywhere. Oh god. So just waterlog a couple of stairs here and there, just like that. And make sure you get every single row, like this. And you can also rotate the blocks too, so it doesn't look awful. And it adds variety to the stuff, like this. So now this is starting to come together now. And that's what we want. We want it to start to come together. And it is. So now it's all coming along together. So now the next step is grabbing spruce wood, or any type of wood you choose, but I think spruce just looks the best. And you're gonna start putting planks down where some of the wood is here, so it looks like the floor is a little uneven, just like that. And now it looks like it's done, but it's not done, because you're gonna want to do something else. Damn. Now you're gonna want to add texture to the wall. So grab some quartz, but not smooth quartz, just regular quartz. And you're gonna grab diorite and polished diorite, and you're going to want to make the walls have a little bit more texture to them by just adding a mixture of those blocks to the walls. And now it should look something like this, and you're going to do the same thing except this time for the ceiling. So now your farm should look a little something like this, and it's looking a lot better than it was looking before. So now the next step is, there is no next step, because this is how you build a wheat farm in Minecraft, and that's all the steps. What is that, 5 steps? Pretty easy, pretty light work, and I think this could be a great addition to anybody's survival world, anybody's anything world, and anybody's Minecraft server. If you want to make it look 10 times better, you're going to go in your video settings, and you want to go to shaders. I don't have shaders installed, but give me 1 minute. Now that you have shaders installed, you're going to want to quick apply, turn them on. Hopefully this doesn't explode my PC. And then look at this, it's already cooking my PC, bro. Oh my days. But doesn't this just look amazing? Come on, you're gonna tell me this doesn't look good? Wait, let me try a different shader pack, because this is actually, my PC is exploding right now. Maybe complimentary something, whatever this shit is. This one also cooks my PC, but it cooks my PC less. So this is how you make a wheat farm in Minecraft. I think this looks really good, and I need a thumbnail shot. What do you think of that? I think that looks really good. Maybe like this. This is the thumbnail, baby. How do I take a screenshot? There we go. There. Now, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to see more tutorials in the future, like and subscribe. And if you do that, I will be sure to make a meth lab tutorial next. See you guys in the next one.